Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Happy Friday. I hope that you had a good week, and I saw you yesterday, so it hadn't been too long. And I'm going to pick right up with what I was talking about yesterday, my new tanning routine, which I have to say I'm glad that I went ahead and broke down and did it, because it makes me feel like wearing more things, you know, now that it's springtime, which if it would ever get springtime, it's gotten cold here again, but a little bit today it feels a little bit better. So what brought this about is I went to Dior to try this. You know, last week I tried the Dior Air foundation, and for a more made up look like I did last week with the red lips, I liked the number 30, but for an everyday look I wanted to try the 40, and that's what this is, and that definitely looks better, and it definitely will probably be what I have to use now that I've been using the tannin stuff. And so I picked that up, and I still don't like this as much as my Laura Mercier, but it is, for those of you, that's what makes me keep on trying things, is I know different people like different things, and so I want to be able to tell you the differences. So if the Laura Mercier feels too heavy or too makeup-y for you, and you want something that feels lighter on the skin and lets more of your natural skin's texture and just your natural skin show through, that's what this is. And it still has great coverage too. It's really weird and neat how it does that, I guess because it's the serum type. But so I think I wore this, I wore it the day after I got it. I've worn it 2 days this week. I've worn it with the Dior powder in number 40, and I've worn it with the Laura Mercier, and I like the Laura Mercier over it. But then I wore Laura Mercier Silk Cream one day and then wore the Dior over it and liked that. So that's what I like to do, is if I know that a powder is heavier coverage, then I like to put it with a lighter foundation. You know, just mix it up some. So anyway, still loving that as far as an option. I like to have options during the day and figure out which, you know, foundations I want to wear. For some reason I like to switch it up. I mean, I remember the days when I had one foundation. I remember using Chanel Pro Lumiere, and that would be it. That's all I used every day. I remember when I used a Mary Kay, it was a little cream. I used that every day. And I can remember way back when I used to love Max Factor foundations. Those were my favorites, but I hate that Max Factor left. But anyway, so when I was getting this is when all this happened, because Selena and I were talking, and she was talking about, you know, it getting spring, and you know, that day I had on a dress, and we were talking about our legs and all this kind of stuff, and she said last year people used to come in and they couldn't believe it because I had on the Clarins, because the Clarins counter is right across from the Dior, and it just, you know me, impulsive, I said, well, which one is your favorite? So here it is. I ended up getting this, which is the Clarins Gelée Auto Bronzant Express Self-Tanning Instant Gel, and it makes you think that it's going to be instantly bronze, but it isn't. I have used this all over twice now, and I can say, okay, one thing I want to go ahead and say before I forget is it does smell like self-tanner, and I'm getting ready to sneeze right now, so but the smell doesn't bother me, I guess because it, you know, smells they just remind you of different things, and I guess the smell reminds me of spring. It just is like a happy smell to me. It doesn't bother me. But what I've been doing so I don't get my sheets so dirty, that irritates me so bad when my sheets get dirty, is I have a real loose pair of Victoria's Secret sweatpants and a real loose sweatshirt, and I put those on after I have let it dry for a few minutes. And so that's what I've been doing. I try not to put anything on that has like the band at the bottom, like the sweatpants I have. They're my favorites that are cropped, that have a band. I try to put on something real loose, and so I've used that twice, and that is all I have on today. So you can see, and Olivia was saying that that the Clarins bronzer is, they use some type of berry or something like that to get the color. That's why you will never turn orange. But so anyway, that's what I've been using, but that's not, I know I've used that before, and that's not that new. I have something else I want to show you. And then I got this, which is the exfoliating body scrub for smooth skin with bamboo powder, softens, smooths, and firms. And I've used this twice before I use this. And I used to hear people say, you know, make sure you exfoliate before you put on bronzer. And I would think, yeah, right. You know, I would just take a shower. But really, it does help so much more not to catch all of those little brown patches on your skin that, you know, look 3 times as dark after you put on self-tanner. I mean, I still do get a little bit of that, but I've really, last night I even put some of this in my loofah and exfoliated with it really well, like around my knees and everything. And so those two are what I've been using on my body. And then I've got the moisture rich body lotion with shea butter that I put on this morning, because that's one thing I don't like about tanners too, is, you know, you get out of the shower and then you dry off and then you put on the tanner, and I always feel like I have missed, you know, with a regular, like a moisturizing tanner, you don't feel like this as much, but with a spray or with this gel, you feel like you've missed your lotion and you feel like your skin's dry. But if you put on a lotion first, you feel like it's not going to be as even or adhere to your skin as good. So I have just been using this in the mornings, just the past 2 mornings. I've just gotten this week. So, but so far so good. And I don't know if this is any better than the rest, but Selena gave it to me to try. Okay, but this is so funny. This, I was thinking, this is a perfect story to show my shopping trends. I saw this, no, Selena told me about this. She said, this is something that was in all the magazines last year, and I sold out of it like 3 times. And it is the Clarins Additional Radiance Plus Golden Glow Booster, made to measure self-tan. And I need to ask her if this is for just the face or if it's for all over, because I've just been using this on my face. I think it's just for the face. See, it's like magic, a radiant healing glow all year round with this made to measure just for you. Simply mix 2 to 3 drops of this radiance booster with your regular moisturizer in the palm of your hand to enhance your complexion with an incredibly natural looking radiant tan. Okay, I do think it's just for your face. So I bought it. I think it was like $30 or something like that. It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. And it comes in this little bottle. And I was thinking, what the heck? But I don't want to turn it over now because some will come out. But you turn it over and then you press the bottom and it measures out 1, 2, or 3 drops. So, and you mix that with your facial moisturizer, and she told me, she said, no, it's not overnight. It's going to be real gradual. Within the first night, I could tell a difference. And I have used it on my face now 3 times. Is it 3 times? 3 or 4. Because I was hesitant to use it last night because I was like, ooh, I hope I don't get too tan and my makeup starts not looking right. But I did it last night too. And I've been using my Clarisonics very well in the shower. So, you know, that probably gets off some of it. But just to show you, you know, my impulsiveness when I'm shopping, is so I bought this and I got home and I thought, I don't use a moisturizer on my face. I don't use any moisturizer at night. I only use my Refisa, which is in a real emollient base, so it ends up moisturizing. So that's where I'm going to run into a little problem. I'm not going to be able to use this. I wouldn't want to use this every night anyway. I've just been doing it pretty much this week so I could be able to show you and tell you about it. And I wanted to see if it broke my face out, which would be hard to kind of blame on this because if I'm not using the LnA, my face is going to break out anyway. But so far, so good. I've had like, I think I had one little teeny tiny bump and that was it, which was normal. And so I have been loving this. So going back to moisturizer, so I went to Ulta the next day and I thought about going to like my med spa and asking them for a moisturizer, but I thought, you know, I probably don't need to do that. So I went, I've heard so many people talk really good about this CeraVe product, and so I went and I thought, well, to be sure, like Aveeno, you know, Cetaphil or like this brand or something has something. And so I saw this one. It was PM, which means it doesn't have any sunscreens in it. It's got ceramides, hyaluronic acid, which was one thing I was looking for, and I just felt like it would be and it's for normal to dry skin, which I'm very normal. I always say I'm normal to oily, but I've been told a few times that is normal, that it is normal to have a little bit of oil on your T-zone. So I guess I'm pretty much normal. And it's got purified water, glycerin. Anyway, you know this is good stuff. So this is what I've been using. And what I've been doing to try to make sure that the tanner does not catch little spots on my face is 1, exfoliating really well with my Clarisonic. And 2, I put a little bit of this on first without any tanner. Then I put about 3 pumps, 2 or 3 of this with 3 drops of the tanner, mix it up, and then put it on. And I feel like I have been on vacation. When I wake up in the mornings, John said, your cheeks even look red, like you've been in the sun, because it just gives you that radiance, that glow, like you have been in the sun. So, I don't know. I know you guys can see well enough. I mean, and I can't wait to tell you about this foundation. So, and I haven't even been using, I've been using my Makeup Forever powder, the 214, which is bronzy. It is like a bronzer, but I haven't been having to use any other bronzer. I've just been using a blush and one of my highlighters. Like today I have on the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Rose. So far I have been just loving all of these products from Clarins and the moisturizer and everything. But if you're not interested in body bronzers, like you've already got one that you really like, I encourage you to at least try this, because I have never liked a tanner for my face. I have tried the Saint-Tropez, I've tried using the Jergens and all that stuff that they say you can use on your face, and it always makes my face be really spotty and dirty looking, not like I've been in the sun. This one gives you the most sun-kissed look I've ever experienced. So I'm gonna go put these up and I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna show you the rest of the things that I've gotten for like my chest and neck and stuff like that. I didn't put on any jewelry other than earrings, but I guess that's okay. Sometimes I like going minimal. Okay, let me finish with my little tanning thing here. Okay, this is the Guerlain Terracotta. This is wonderful. Nothing compares to this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cans of stuff here, and some of them are good, and this inspired me to explore other things. 1, because this is so expensive, and 2, because I don't have it here. I would have to order it every time, but I think it's going to be worth it, because I've got several other products here that can do like one of what this does, but not all of it. And what this does is it's a bronzing powder mist with sunscreen, SPF 10. So not only does this have a little bit of sunscreen in it, which I love for my chest and my neck, and you can use it on your face. Like if you spray your brush, I mean, you could probably spray your face and then just spread it around, it would be fine. But I don't know, it would get all in your hair and everything. So it has sunscreen, it has a beautiful color, and it has not a sparkle, but it has like a shimmery kind of glow to it. So it's just, if you ever can, like when it's 20% off or something at Sephora, just grab it and try it. It is just so pretty. And the first time I ever heard about this was, remember when I got real into what Yolanda Foster's makeup artist used on her? I think it was year before last at her reunion. This was one of the things they used on her, and you can tell she probably uses it all the time because she always has that real bronzy glow. And so just anything, none of this compares to it, but some of it is pretty good. Okay, so the first thing I went and tried was this, and I really do like this a lot. It is the Hampton Sun Smart Serious Sunbathing Airbrush Bronzing Mist Body. Okay, it has no sunscreen in it though, and it's not really a spray powder, which I don't like it as much on my chest, but I love this on my legs. It doesn't give a lot of color, but it does give some. And let's see what it says. Tan on demand, enhanced skin year round with a warm, radiant glow. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to be able to, wash it off. And I tell you, the last time I used it and I liked it the most, I went outside on my front porch and just spread my legs. That sounds terrible. Put my legs straight out and, sprayed them and rubbed it in. And I felt like it had more of an oily base than the other does. But you know what? Compared to, that's probably comparing it to the Sally Hansen leg spray too. But anyway, I do like this. It is pretty, and it is an alternative, and it's 42 instead of like 60 something. So it's a little bit cheaper, and it's 4.4 ounces versus 2.7. So, but I don't believe I would use this on my face, and I did not like it as much on my chest. I did not think it was as pretty, but for my legs, I did like it. Okay, the next thing I tried was funny. I went over to the sunscreen side. I was like, well, I really want one with sunscreen. And let me turn my phone down. That's Brooke sending me something. She's on lunch, and she always sends me little funny things. Okay, but this is the Australian Gold SPF 15 Continuous Spray Sunscreen with Instant Bronzer. And so I thought, well, maybe this will be something good. And so I've only used this one time. I used it on my neck and chest, and I smelled like I had just left the beach all day, which is not a bad thing, but it was not something you want to smell like every day. I mean, it was intense. It wasn't like Bond No. 9 Fire Island or Bobbi Brown Beach. It was true sunscreen. But I think I'm going to love this in the summertime when I go to the beach to, you know, spray my neck and chest with this. So I'll keep that for that. And then one of you had told me that what you like to use on your chest was this, the Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs. And I don't know if I've ever gotten the light, but I usually get the medium. And I remember her saying, and this is what I think too, if you spray the medium on your chest, it looks muddy. It isn't very pretty. It's too muddy looking, and it's too opaque looking to be on your chest. And there's FedEx. I'm expecting some stuff, but I don't know if I'm expecting anything from FedEx. So she said the light glow was the key. And it is. This is very, very, very pretty sprayed on your chest. If you have freckles, or to me it doesn't even matter, you know, even if your chest is perfectly fine, it always looks pretty to have a little bit of something on your chest, like a bronzer or something. And especially, you know, when we put bronzer on our cheeks, it looks good to have it match a little bit. So totally recommend this. I have for years. You cannot go wrong with this. I like the spray much better than the liquid or the cream or whatever lotion. And when I got this, there was a $2 off coupon at Ulta. So, and what I usually do with this, I'll either go outside or I'll sit down in the bathroom and just put my legs straight out on a towel and spray kind of like a stripe, you know, like 2 stripes down my legs, and then I'll rub it in, doing my feet and my knees last. And so I love this product. You could just not go wrong with buying this. Okay, so the last thing, I've got one more thing I do want to try before I give up on finding a dupe for that. I want to try the Sephora spray bronzer, but I haven't made it out there. I went to the mall that one time and I didn't get past Dillards to go down there. But I asked, let's see, Olivia, who used to work for Dior, and now she's over like the whole makeup and perfume fragrance section. I asked her the first day that I had gone to try the Dior Air if they had a Air Flash bronzer, and she said no, but you could use the dark. And I kind of put that in my head, and I came home and looked up what the darkest color in the Air Flash was, and it's 400, and it's called Mocha. And I don't know if you guys remember that is one of the Dior nude powders that I love to use for a bronzer. It's called Mocha. So I was like, I bet they're the same color. So I got this, and I've only tried it one time. The FedEx went by. I've only tried it one time, so I can't really report back. I've tried it on my chest, but I haven't tried it on my face, so I will let you know how that is. I've been so happy with my, you know, face and everything since I've been using that tanner. I haven't thought as much about, you know, bronzing with this, because I would probably use this on my face too. So between all of those, you should have a bronzing glow. Last night I went to the grocery store, and then I went to Walgreens because there was a few things that I wanted to try, and I actually got lucky because L'Oreal was buy one get one half. And what inspired me was 2 girls that one girl I follow on Instagram and one I watch on YouTube. And the first one is Luster Lux, I believe is her name. And I just happened to, when I pushed, you know, my subscriptions and was looking at all the videos, seeing if there was one I wanted to watch, I saw one of hers, and I can't remember who it was. I'll put the video down below. But she pulled this foundation out to use, and she said the name of it, which is, oh gosh, what is the name of this one? to be sure it's written on here. Okay, 106 Sun Beige. And I looked at her and I thought, I bet I'm about the same color that she is, because I've looked at these several times before, but it was confusing. I mean, you can't tell by that. They all basically look the same. You couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if I was going to be sun beige or golden beige, and I just, never felt like trying it because I couldn't, tell. But I've seen several of you really like this. So I picked it up last night and I have used it today for the first time, and oh my goodness, it is beautiful. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. It is very similar to the Laura Mercier Silk Cream or Cream Silk Foundation. Silk Cream. I can't remember which one it is. And the color is perfect. It's not quite as thick, but I put it on just like I do the Laura Mercier. I put it on with that same brush, and I put it on in the same way, and I put it on over my Rachel K, because I have to use the Rachel K like right there and right there, just for the pores and stuff. And I felt like it kind of evened out that kind of tanny skin. But I will put an annotation right here, because I won't edit this until later on tonight. I will put an annotation on how it wears and how I feel about it, at 7 o'clock tonight after dinner. But so far, and I was so excited to be able to tell you about this, because I know so many of you are my skin tone. And so now you will know to try 106 Sun Beige. So loving that so far. And then I follow a beautiful girl on Instagram, and I believe it's makeupbybeela or Bella. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I bet our skin tones are very similar. So she had put that she was using L'Oreal True Match. And I haven't opened this yet, because if she's watching, I wanted to ask her real quick, but she said that she uses, and here, let me see, I took a screenshot to here it is, and it's makeupbybeela. And she says that she uses the color Golden Natural D4-W4. Okay, I could not find a Golden Natural, and I couldn't find anything that said D4, and the only thing that said W4 was Natural Beige. So I haven't tried this yet, and I'm going to just ask her if this is what she's using, or I'm not sure where she lives. Maybe she lives in the UK or something, and there's different colors, or if you guys know what color you think I would take in this. I've got Sun Beige, and I think it's a little too orangey for me, but I'm not sure. The two of these would probably be good, but before I open that, I want to ask her about that. But I'm curious just to try this again, because so many people like this, and it wins all these awards and all this kind of stuff. I just like to try new foundations. I've actually ordered the new Laura Mercier, the new formula in the Silk Cream in Cashew Beige. I ordered it from Twee at Saks. I had her swatch it for me, and it isn't here yet. I just ordered it yesterday. So I picked up these, but I've shown you these before. These are the little Kiss individual lashes, and they're in like groups of 3s. And Brooke likes these. She likes to use them on just the outer edge, and then I like to use them every once in a while. They're real easy. You would just do them the same way that I showed you. I really would rather have the double flares, and I need to order those because I haven't seen them at the store. And then I've got on a new pair of lashes that I got from Kiss, and I will put the name of them down below. And I think that's it for makeup, so I'll be right back. I bought a new handbag this week that I just got yesterday, and I think that's going to be it for today. I've got some Estee Lauder goodies that I want to show you, but they're sending me one more thing, and I thought I would wait for that and then do a whole Estee Lauder video. So I'll be right back. Today, I'm wearing this dress, which you guys, I've had this for years, so you probably recognize it. It's a Velvet by Graham and Spencer dress, and I love this dress, but it is clingy and it's hard for everything to show through and everything. So I wanted to show you how that, like that trench, or I can't decide if I want to wear that trench or I'll probably wear that. I was going to wear just like my faux fur vest, but I wanted to just show you the dress first. So I wanted to show you how having a trench is also so nice for dresses like this. See how before it was so, I don't know, it was so body hugging, and you know, when I'm with John or out at night or something, you know, I don't know, I had to be in the mood to do that, and I would feel better if I was just a little bit thinner. But I wanted to show you how when you wear a dress like this, how this helps so much, because you still have that silhouette, but then this helps with, you know, the back and all of that good stuff. So I just love this. I might get another one in maybe a color or something, because it's been so nice to wear, and it's just so light that it's perfect for a restaurant or something like that. And then for my shoes, just to throw on a little bit of color. So I put on my Louboutin heels that are this turquoisey, minty type color, because I think they go well with like the creaminess of the dress. And I think they look so much better now that I've gotten a little bit of color on my legs. And then I will probably still carry my Celine bag because it will match. And so this is the outfit of the day. And I almost forgot to show you, the only clothes that I got this week is I went back and got the t-shirt. This is the same one that I got from Oliver last week. The LnA, let me see what it's called. The Empire tee. And I went back, and this is called, I think it's called Old Black or something like that. What is this called? Let's see, Vintage Black. Because I loved that t-shirt. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post, but the bottom is perfect. The scoop is perfect. It just fits perfectly. And I wanted this to wear with skirts. And I thought about wearing it today, but for some reason I just felt like wearing another dress. So I will wear this weekend, and I'll put the link. Now for my handbag. You guys remember I told you that I've been on like a handbag kick lately, and I have ordered two. One has come yesterday, and I'm expecting the other one any day now. This one, both of them I got off of eBay, and one of them, this one was brand new. The other one I think was pre-loved, but in perfect condition. And now that I have experienced the Chanel bag and how perfect it is, that doesn't bother me. Plus my little silver Balenciaga was pre-loved, and it's perfect, and you just save so much by doing that. This one I have seen before. Dara, Belle de Jour NYC got this, and look at this. It's the Alexander Wang Rocky bag. I have the, where is it? It's right over there. I have the Beige Rocco bag, which is bigger. This is the Rocky, which is a smaller version. And this color, I looked at, what I really wanted was that acid color from last year. The really like chartreuse yellow color. I looked and looked for it, and every time I thought I found it, it was sold. And so I wanted a fun color. I wanted something bright and fun because, you know, I had gotten so many neutrals, and so I came across this, and I remember Dara getting it, and I loved it then, and so I went for it. And it came yesterday, and it still has the tags. Let's see. Looks like he probably got it from, you know, he probably got it on sale and then made $100 or something like that. I think I paid, oh goodness, I think I saved almost half. I paid like $5 something. So I saved a lot. It's still got like the original like wrapping in here. It's got the little, you know, strap that goes with it to wear it crossbody. And I love the way this opens versus the other one. The other one is so hard to get into because of the way it folds in. And if I used it enough, it would probably break in so that it wasn't as tough to get into. But so far, like I said, I just got this yesterday. But so far, I just got it, and I love it. I love the color and everything. And, you know, it's a little, I mean, it's brand new, I know, but I can see a couple of little places on it where it's like rubbed or whatever, but that doesn't bother me because I saved so much money, and I know that's going to happen with me too. And it is, what you're going to ask me is it heavy? Yes, it's heavy. It's not as heavy as my other one, but it's still heavy. But I think all nice handbags are heavy. I mean, all of them seem to be to me. I've never really had any that are, my Valentino isn't as heavy as you would think it would be. But it just seems like all nicer handbags are going to be a little bit heavier. So I will be using this soon. And I feel like I forgot about this. This is something else I saw on Instagram. I will put your name right here, the person I saw it on their Instagram. And I am going to try it. It's the same thing as like Bioderma, the micellar water by Simple. I grabbed that at Walgreens too. So I know I'm forgetting something. I'm kind of in a hurry because it is already 1 o'clock and I've got to go to the post office and then go get Will. And so
Yeah,
I nail polish today. I went ahead and did the 2 different colors. I know that was driving some people crazy, but I love it. I think it's so fun. This color is a Dior, and I will put the name of it below. And this color is so pretty. I forgot how pretty this was. This is the Chanel Frenzy. And I was looking and looking for that old Chanel ad where they mixed the 2 colors, and I couldn't find it. And I came across just a swatch of this and thought it was so pretty. It's such a good nude. And my earrings today. These are, I had someone ask me about these last night on my Instagram, so I thought I would wear them today, and I just pulled these out for me. They're the gold ones. These are the smaller favorite hoop. So they're only 2 inches in diameter instead of the 2 1/4. So if you want to try the favorite hoops, but wanted something a little smaller, I really like these. That's a good size. So I'm going to wear these today. And then I didn't put on anything else. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.